All right, we're here for Vegas Premier Sports, and I'm here with two of the best columnists that we have here at the Review Journal. We've got Gilberto Manzano, the beat writer for boxing, and we have Ed Graney, of course. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Canelo and Triple G, the next big fight here in Las Vegas. And first of all, we'll start with Canelo, the guy who's actually been through this many a time with Mayweather and Cotto and everything else. How do you think that he's preparing for this fight, and the fact that he's been through all the media coverage and everything else?
You know, just looking at Canelo Alvarez, the way, you know, his confidence is, he's very confident in the way, just his body seems like he's really forming into a middleweight. He doesn't look like he's struggling to make weight. So for him, less pressure to make that, 154, now it's 160. So I think overall he looks like he's a guy who's been there before. He has 10 fights in Las Vegas, but I think more for Canelo's motivation. People said a year ago he's afraid to fight Golovkin. He heard that he can't match up with the power of Golovkin. Abel Sanchez said he's not a power puncher, he's a slapper. So I think Canelo wants to knock him out, prove a point, and show that he's one of the best fighters.
Ed Graney, you know everything about boxing.
Oh.
I'm not being facetious, folks. Let's talk about this. I mean, the fact that they're trying to build this as one of the great middleweight fights, Hearns, Hagler. Do you think it has that potential to be that type of middleweight fight?
Yeah, I do. I think we have to see what happens Saturday night, and we also have to remember Triple G's 35. And Gilbert talked to me about it earlier. Like, you don't really know a guy gets old in the ring until he gets old in the ring. So let's see what happens on Saturday night. I think he'll make weight. He's a pro. He'll make weight. Gilbert and I both agree he's going to have to cut, meaning Triple G, in the next few days. He's not there yet. There's no question about that. But if it's a great fight, I absolutely think he does not have the rematch clause. It would be hard for me if I'm Canelo, if it's a really close fight and I win, not to give him a rematch, especially with the money involved and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised on a trilogy, but if a trilogy would happen, we both know that at 35 it would have to happen over the next few years, I would think. How
about the fact that they're donating to the hurricane relief funds down in Florida and also in Houston? I mean, that's a pretty nice gesture by these guys.
No, it's very cool. They went out of their way today to definitely make it apparent that this is a real fight and that they are doing things a certain fight a couple weeks ago did not, Floyd Conner. And they went out of their way not to mention that fight, but you knew what they were talking about. So they did a really good job of talking between the lines about we're not that fight, this is a real fight, that's why you should buy it.
All right, lastly, folks, we got to get these predictions. I think I know where you're going, but we're gonna start with age before beauty.
Head this way, my friend.
Let's go ahead. What's your prediction for the fight?
You know, it's crazy. I walked in here thinking one thing, and by the way, Gilbert has to change this for my pick in the paper because I've already changed. I will say Triple G stoppage in the 10th.
Whoa! In the 10th?
In the 10th.
This is the face of shock right here. Yeah, this is the face of shock right here. I think I know where you're going, but you said you might waver as the week went through. Have you wavered at all?
I almost wavered, not on the Golovkin pick, but just kind of the outcome because of the wacky Las Vegas judges. I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm going to go to the scorecards, Golovkin by majority decision.
Wow. Okay, well, we got Golovkin by decision, Golovkin by stoppage. Canelo, I think Canelo wins this fight. I think he might drop him maybe one time, but I think he wins by decision. Huh?
I like that. Be bolder.
Bold.
I like that. With that being said, Gilberto Manzano, the beat writer for boxing, Ed Graney, of course, the columnist for the RJ. I'm Bryan Salmond, and this is Vegas Premier Sports.